I've got £22. Biggest carp has been £4. Smallest carp's been £2. I've fallen behind the guys around me a little bit. I think I haven't been feeding it aggressively enough. I've just started to really up my feed rate. Get little spells where I look 3 or 4 in straight away as soon as it goes in, and then I can't get one again. You've got to be pretty accurate with your feeding. You've got to chuck it right on top of your float if you can.
I don't know, you've just got to try and monitor what's going on in your sec, don't you?
And then eventually one just has it and it's the elastics out. And instead of breaking my pole down, which I've been doing, I'll just come back on my top kit a little bit. Keep me short number 4 there. My thinking is, I can't beat these guys on a numbers game. They've done it all before. A lot of these guys are regulars, but if I can just use 8 mils to try and single out even a half a pound bigger fish, it might help me as the match progresses on. Foul looker.
Hey?
Foul looker, mate. Foul looked quite a few now. They're near the bottom though, they're not up in the water, the ones I'm foul looking. I'm looking them like a couple of inches off the bottom. Feeding on the bottom, I think. 2 hour updates, nearly 2 hours in. I've got 67 on the clicker, which may sound good for 2 hours fishing and £3 fish, but Ryan in our section's on his 4th net, so that puts him on well over £200. Or getting on for £200. I've dropped down to feeding 4 mils. I've dropped down my hook length to a slightly smaller hook and put in a 6 pellet on. And it just seems to have helped a little bit. Slightly smaller, sharper hook, the fish seem to be getting hooked a bit better. And slightly smaller hook bait, they seem to be taking it a bit quicker. So that's interesting. This will be my last fish. This is a £3. This will be my last fitting fish in the end net there. It's actually one of the better fish I've caught today. So that'd be nice. If he's too big, I might put him in and I might start a fresh net with him. I think he's going to be a little bit too big. He's like a 4 pounder. I'm just going to put me on 71. I might just put 70 is the net limit today. So I'm on 67 for that net, so we'll leave it at that and we'll start a fresh net. Small hook is harder to get at actually. Yeah, he's 4, nearly 5, so there we are. So it puts on 71. So I've got a much smaller hook on now, smaller band. Fishing a 6 mil instead of an 8 mil, and I'm feeding 4 mils instead of 8 mils. Just give him a pinch of 4 mils straight round the float. Every put in, and then the float's dancing and dabbing around, just letting them. I've got a really short lash, and by resting the pole on top of the net there, it sort of holds the top kit nice and firm in place. And then the plan is that if there's a decent fish, it rips the elastic out. The little jab there didn't strike at it, just loads of liners, loads of missed bites and stuff. It's probably silverfish and all sorts, and if the rig looks like it's not laid out properly, then I'll just lay it back in again. A little tap, they seem to respond to a little tap, these fish as well. A bit of feed, repeat. this out, fish is on, feed a bit for the next one. So something's happening, like a pattern's emerging. I'm hoping I can keep it coming. I'm not pulling them quite so hard with this bigger rock on, but it is. That's an 18 MWG, or it might be a Super MWG actually, I think. Try not to take my short number 4 off when I'm landing the fish, because that's just one less thing to do. Trying to let the fish as soon as he comes up, but I made a mistake there, so I didn't. So that was annoying. Pellet stayed on again. So with this small abandoned smaller hook, the pellet does stay on a bit better. Pull the elastic in my hand now, so I'm pulling the elastic in this hand here. I'm keeping the elastic super tight so the fish have got something to talk themselves against. I've got a little marker on my number 4 here where I'm holding it the same place every time. So when I plumbed it, there's a shelf, it goes out slowly and there's a little drop, about 6 inches, it's really quick. So I'm fishing just past that, so I'm trying not to let the fish get around the rig. Oops, I struck there because that looked like a really good bite. Sometimes as it's falling, I'll just give it a tap. So they've got the rig strung out, so it takes a while to fall in. And then the hope is that
shit floats.
That top kit gone, is it? That's top kit gone. Alright, it's float. Who makes them floats then? I won't say too loud on YouTube. Hey up. Skin bob. He's going back. A nice big floppy out, which is great for the sun. He's not with me today. There we are, that's what we're after. That's what we're after. Just can't seem to line them up quite quick enough sometimes. Pretty sure he was hooked in the mouth as well. 3-hour update, and we are on 145 on the clicker after 3 hours. Still really catching everything down this one hole in front here. What I'm doing now is I'm chucking 2 handfuls in and I'm lifting the float out of the water and dropping it. Seems to be my best way of getting bites. So just sort of taking these hook baits as they're dropping through the last sort of foot. Once I've switched to this 4mm, feeding 4mm and fishing 6mm, it's doubled my catch rate. And I've had better fish as well, the biggest one being £9. I've had some 5s and some 6s and a 9, and still the same, just let the elastic rip out. It's a proper bite elastic, just comes out, we're on a hair rig. Just grab the bait, pull the float down, and with a little tiny lash, they're just on the end of the pole. What was that, Tom? What did you say, mate?
I said if you don't feed,
No, mate, that's one thing I learned after. It took me about 45 minutes to work that out.
yeah?
I was dripping in a little bit of bait and waiting, dripping a bit of weight waiting, but you've got to be feeding every 30 seconds, haven't you?
Yeah.
Minimum. There's so many fish here, they're in and out, they've cleaned you out and you don't even know they've been in. had it right out there, miles away from where I was fishing. I don't know if he's if he's foul hooked or not, whether it's laid it over his back. It feels erratic. It could be a fish that's just sitting past the feed area there. Had it on the way down. Could be I've laid it over one's back. It's a good fish, I think. Keep an hold of the elastic so that I've got that nice bit strong. And
They've gone weird now, Joe. Oh, you got one.
He's hooked in the mouth, so that's good. He's properly hooked. So he must have been just a passing shallow fish that's grabbed it. If all these pellets get raining in all match, then they just hang around the area. They know there's pellets about. And they hang past the back, thinking they're being clever and staying out of the way. Better fish, don't want to lose him. Not getting many of this size today. We had lots of 2-pounders and 3-pounders. This one's a 4-pounder, maybe a 5-pounder. Not sure if he's quite hooked in the mouth, or whether he's near the front of his mouth. Oh yeah, he's in the mouth. Beautiful. Not being too loud because I've got the peg quite close to me. Hopefully he'll pick it up on there. Oh yeah, he's a bit more than I thought he was actually. And there we go. Brilliant. Just absolutely solid with fish down there now. It's got a bit quiet. I think everybody's bagging up now. People dragging nets out here, there and everywhere. This place is ridiculous. What, carp Olympics? Carp fishing Olympics at Todber Manor. How many carp can you catch before you're absolutely shattered? How many £100 will I be behind the winner? Get a pinch of pellets ready so that if I hook a fish I can just throw them straight in. Right, just expecting to hook one now. He's come right up in the feed, that little shitbag. Let's come to the top without even putting up a fight that way out. Fat boy. That's how quick we want them if we can get them. The better fish, or a more aggressive fish. Keep my pellet on if I can. A little 3-pounder. Same again. Yep. Another load of feed weight. Come on, feed. I'm happy with the accuracy of that feed, so I'll feed it again. That's the speed I want to be catching them at. They're just having it now, guys. You see this? I don't know if you're picking this up from the chest cam or not. I'm hoping so. Maybe you can see what's happening on the chest cam in the water, you know, the float and that, but you might not be able to. Small fish at the moment, but we'll take them. It's literally ridiculous now. Got stung? You ain't been stung, have you? No. Just crawling on the back of your neck? Oh, they're just annoying me. Definitely not the them Diet Coke things you got in it, they love them. Eh? Some Coke Zeros, they love them, I reckon. Surprised he ain't been pestering me with them MB1 pellets I got. You know how sweet they are. Hey? So I got them MB1 pellets. You know how sweet they are. Thought they'd be all round me. But they ain't been. Get in the net then. Why wouldn't you go in the net? Ah, see, he's in the net. I don't know why he wouldn't go in the net. Like he was there. There's a magic force field around him that would stop him from actually going into the net. Random. 50 minutes to go. I've got £208 on my click hour. The last 2 hours I've put around about £70 in the net. I'm just a bit shy on this second hour, the last hour, because I lost 5 fish in a row actually just before I put the camera on. But still catching them.
To keep the wasps away.
Catching fish, and just keep the same thing over and over again. Who's annoyed you? Yeah. Why, because he's battering you? Yeah. Go and chuck him in. Then you've got an hour to catch up. Go and tip one of his nets back. It's a nice fish. Nice size one.
Love you, Joe. Love you, Joe. What you on about? Hey? Tasting? I don't know, mate. I ain't got a clue.
What's Joe got now? 350, 360? Does the last hour get good here, Tom, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Last hour, mate.
Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah.
It's been shit.
Fish in the last hour, only a 5 hour match. Fish 6, it gets good.
All right.
Don't tell them that.
Oh, it would have been good if we'd have stayed in the row, would it? Oh, just went with a weird wiggle. There's either a head shake or in the tail. Have to give it a feed now. My swim's gone funny.
Hey?
My swim's gone funny.
Might have a catfish moving.
Ooh. I want to catch a catfish on this gear.
How big are they in here, Joe? £15, isn't they? 20.
What, catfish?
Yeah.
You want to, yeah, but a £15 catfish fights like a £40 carp, doesn't it? It's like ridiculous. Ridiculous creatures.
Hey?
They fight so hard.
Do they?
Much harder than a carp. I've had them up to £70 in France, mate. They're unbelievable. Can't stop them.
Like Joe, unstoppable.
Yeah, well today he's been unstoppable, hasn't he? On this bank.
Hey? What's up?
Feels like a better fish, this. Not foul looked. Not erratic or anything, it's just a nice better fish. We'll get a few better fish.
Sterling.
Sterling? little fast one. Must be so coloured up down there. I don't even know how these fish find your bait. Common, little lively common.
Well, they're fucking quite common in here, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very common. You just lost a munter, Tom?
Yeah, about 15. I don't really care.
It's a bad attitude, that is. Oh, missed him. Quick scooper. Missed him again. Oh, 3 scoops and I've missed him now. Get a life. Yeah, we got him, number 4.
Hey?
Poor old Tony lifting all these fish out. Has to give him a hand. Where's this going? This is a unit. No, it's not a unit, it's just wild.
Oh, it's getting ridiculous now, isn't it? Wouldn't even look at them.
that was a flipping munter, that was.
Yeah, I had that.
Right big, that was a big fish, that was, big double.
Yeah?
Yeah. Don't know if he was hooked properly, but he came to the, I thought this feels heavy, and he comes to the top big common, a big mirror. Proper, mate.